Test.
If the members and guests would please take their seats, we'll get started. Today is Tuesday, April 27th, 2021. I hereby call the local government committee to order. At this time, we'll call the roll. Mr. Clerk, will you please take the roll?
Yes, sir. Representative Calfee. Carr. Carter. Chisholm. Gant. Helton. Hodges. Holdsclaw. Leatherwood. Love. Manis. Miller. Moody. Moon. Reedy. Rudd. Sexton of Granger. Shaw. Williams. Vice Chairman Wright. Chairman Crawford.
Present.
Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Are there any personal orders from the members? Let the record reflect that Representative Carter is excused. We have 5 bills on our final calendar today, and we'll take them up. And as soon as we're done with those, we will move on to special calendar and dispose of that. First agenda item today is House Bill 1630 by Leader Lamberth. We got a proper motion and second. My office has received a 2/3 majority resolution. I have it on file. And at this time, Leader Lamberth, you're recognized on your bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's a private act for the city of Westmoreland, and it was a unanimous vote by their city council. It is a pretty significant rewrite. My understanding, it's something they've worked on for several years.
Question has been called. We're ready to vote without objection. All in favor of House Bill 1630 moving on, please say aye. Opposed? Bill moves on to calendar and rules.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I hope they're half as kind to me as y'all have been. Thank you.
Item number 2 on the agenda today is House Bill 1625 by Representative Griffey. My office has received a 2/3 majority resolution on file. Do we have a motion and second? Proper motion and second. Representative Griffey, you're recognized on your bill.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. What I'd like to do is roll this to next year's calendar. I understand I may not have support for it right now, but I did want to be available to answer any questions. This is a local measure to try to increase the pay of our general sessions judge to that of our circuit court judges if they approve it by a 2/3 resolution. Our general sessions judges are typically part-time judges, but we've gotten so busy in Henry County that Judge Snyder is she's working full-time on court work and would not be taking any outside work. Also, I don't believe she's had a pay increase since this was set statutorily back a number of years ago, at least 5 or 10 years is my understanding. But what I'd like to do is roll it and let me talk to committee members and see if they've got any concerns, if I can address those and maybe pick it up next year.
Is there any questions for the sponsor? Seeing none, without objection, this bill will be rolled to next year.
Thank you very much, Chairman and members of the committee.
Item number 3 is House Bill 1631 by Chairman Reagan. Is there a motion and second? I do have a motion and second. My office has received your resolution, sir. It's on file. You are recognized on your bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee. This bill basically is to allow fireworks displays to take place in Anderson County. As of 1947, they were outlawed except for the private individuals. This is essentially allowing fire departments and so forth to do these for special events. With that, I stand ready to answer questions.
Any questions for the sponsor? Seeing none, we're ready to vote. All those in favor of House Bill 1631 moving on, please say aye. Opposed, no. Bill moves on to calendar and rules.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Item number 4 on today's agenda is House Bill 1632 by Representative Warner. Do I have a motion? Proper motion and second. My office has on file the resolution. Representative Warner, you're recognized on your bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, this is a request from the Richard City and Deptford Independent School District. This authorizes the district to issue bonds and notes in the amount not to exceed $2,350,000. I think they're needing some air conditioning central unit type work, so they're wanting to release some of these bonds.
Thank you, Mr. Sponsor. Is there any questions for the sponsor? Seeing none, I think we're ready to vote. Without objection, all in favor of House Bill 1632 moving on, please say aye. Those opposed, no. Bill moves on to calendar and rules, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee.
Item number 5 on today's agenda is House Bill 1633 by Representative Shaw. He will present from his seat without objection. My office does have the 2/3 majority resolution on file. We have a proper motion and second. Representative Shaw, you are recognized on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is subject to local approval for Whiteville. They want to reduce that reading from 3 readings to 2 readings, and I would appreciate a favorable vote on this, please.
You've heard the explanation from the sponsor. Is there any questions? Question has been called on the bill. All those in favor of House Bill 1633 moving on, please say aye. Those opposed, no. Bill moves on to calendar and rules.
Thank you, sir.
That concludes today's final calendar. We will now take up special calendar with no objections. Item number 1 on our special calendar today is House Bill 1386 by Chairman Todd. Proper motion and second. I do see it has an amendment. Do we want to place the amendment on the bill?
No, sir.
Okay. We will recognize the sponsor on your bill, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I do appreciate, I want to say up front, I do appreciate the chairman, especially how his office has taken care of giving me some time to work this bill out with multiple stakeholders from across the state. We've got a lot of interested parties. Some would have liked to have been here today to testify, but on short notice could not do that. So what we've tried to do in this, the Senate passed the version that is before you today. And many people came out of the woodwork after that they weren't happy with the way that was crafted. I saw the flaws in that. I've been working with the Senate sponsor and again with all the stakeholders to make sure this is crafted properly. I feel pretty good about the amendment as it's crafted to answer most of those questions. There's still some opposition to it. I think primarily from some that have been benefiting from the loopholes, if you want to call it that, the quirks about this particular law. But one of the main things that I want the committee to know, and that I've strived to do in this, is to maintain the ability of our constitutional officers in the county to be able to sue for the proper funds that they need. We want to preserve that ability for them. But all this has been focused to do is to provide some guardrails, some framework for that to happen, give judges even more latitude so that they can keep the controls that are necessary for this process so that your constituents and mine don't pay the bill, because every single time in these, they're the ones that get hammered for these large legal fees and many times. So, Mr. Chairman, again, I appreciate what you've done and the committee indulging me. I've spoken with many of you this week about this. And at this time, sir, I would request that this be laid on the clerk's desk.
The chairman will take personal privilege here and thank the sponsor for his hard work on this bill and the communication. You've done everything that we've asked you to do, and I know you've worked hard in trying to get this worked out. But without objection, we will place this on the clerk's desk.
Thank you, committee.
Your bill's on the clerk's desk, sir. This concludes our business. Before we close, does anyone have any announcements? No announcements, personal order. Go ahead, Representative Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have personal order, and it is to say to you, I have truly enjoyed working with you on this committee this year. This is my first time on local government in all the years I've served here, but I really have enjoyed local government, and I've enjoyed your leadership, and I want to thank you for it. I appreciate you so very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We have a great team, and we have a good committee. We have a good time, but we get our business done, which brings me to our wonderful assistant that has helped us this year. His name is Donald Hall. Donald, please stand up. He's from Vanderbilt. Tomorrow, I think is his last day. He's done a wonderful job for us. and he wanted to sing us a song today. So at this time, I will recognize Donald to sing the Star Spangled Banner or anything you want. Okay. All right. I'd like to thank each of you too for your hard work and commitment to this committee. We do a lot of work in this committee, and we do a lot of work that affects the Tennesseans. And I know each and every one of you have studied it out, thought it out, and voted your conscience. And we've got a great committee, and I'm very proud of y'all. At this time, if there be no objection, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. The House Local Government Committee is adjourned, subject to call of the chair.
Oh gosh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
To be on automatic inflation or whatever.